Many thanks for staying with us. It's still the conversation on the side, and of course, yeah, this is the Lagos side where we talk about everything concerning Lagos. Today, we're discussing tackling plastic pollution in Lagos, and we have Temitope Okunu, founder FABE International Foundation, and of course, she's an environmentalist. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Since we're talking about the environment, okay, I want to start with flooding in Lagos, especially how it was experienced yesterday in some parts of the country. I'd like you to just talk about where plastic, is probably a cause of it, or how such flooding can be avoided in Lagos if we are taking care of our environment.
Thank you very much, and I'm happy to be here. Talking about flooding in Lagos State, we need to first understand that plastic pollution is first a climate, a public health, and economic issue. Now, we find out that because of the inadequate infrastructure that we have, people tend to throw their trash in the waterways, in drainages. And when rain falls, it will meet it there, and then the flooding happens. Many of our staffs, our people, couldn't go to work yesterday. Oh yes, I mean, not just at the foundation. So many friends of mine had called, and we also heard it in the news. Many areas were blocked. You have flooding on the streets, in communities. Thank God children are in school, so we would have said many people couldn't go to, many children couldn't go to school,
yeah.
and all of that. So you see that we need to constantly remind ourselves that the waste issue is a public issue, is an economic issue, because if you get to stay at home, for those who have their own work, entrepreneurs, market women, traders, they are unable to fend for their daily needs, and so therefore there is no money for that day, particularly for those who rely on daily money to eat and to drink. And we need to start from inward, from ourselves, from the home. How do we begin to segregate our waste materials at home and ensure that it does not end up in those drainages, it does not end up on the streets, it doesn't end up even in the dump sites? I think it's a personal responsibility as well. So if I know that this is the resulting effect of plastic pollution or inadequate, of not trashing or disposing my waste properly, this is the resulting effect. If I know that, I think people will begin to think inward. And I think the government is already doing so much work. NGOs are also working. My foundation is doing a lot in ensuring that people get to know, particularly from the grassroots, starting from schools, young people and women.
Okay. You said something earlier. You said lack of inadequate, facilities is making residents, drop their waste indiscriminately. I'd like you to shed more light on that, because having said that, the state government is also doing a lot in this area.
Yes, the state government is doing a lot, and because I partner with the Lagos state government, I know the enormous work that the government is doing through the Ministry of Environment, LOMA, and LASEPA. So when I said inadequate infrastructure, for example, we do not have enough recycling hubs in Lagos State. We have a considerable amount of people who are recycling, particularly our informal workers, the waste pickers and all. But then if an infrastructure that is closer to homes and communities. I remember in 2022, the foundation, FABE International Foundation, got grants from the Coca-Cola Foundation to erect about 5 different recycling hubs closer to the communities. That's, for us, enabled people living in those communities to recycle, not just for free, but for money. So you see people in estates such as Victoria Garden City who has a recycling hub because it houses over 3,000 to 5,000 residents. So you see that they are encouraged not to throw those plastics in the lagoon that is closer indiscriminately, but they consciously bring it to the recycling hub to recycle for a fee or for savings. And if we have so many of those in maybe not all estates, maybe 5 estates, 1 estate per 1 recycling center or something, we would see a drastic reduction in plastic pollution in the environment. Because I witnessed not just the VGC, because high-end area, I witnessed it in Okunwaja, which is also very close to the environment here at Lekki. Aja is one of the communities that we all know. So in Okunwaja, there's a recycling hub in that place as well.
Is there anyone around here?
Oh yes, the Office of the Special Advisor to the Governor on Circular Economy and Climate Change recently launched the recycling hub. Mrs. Oshodi recently launched the recycling hub right there in the civil service area. Premises, yes. So you see civil servants bringing PET bottles to that place, and the awareness was just enormous. It was beautiful. There wasn't, but there was an informal way of collection going on before. But then we were able to unearth using one of the women that were informally you know, she's the change champion at the secretariat right now, and she's championing, ensuring that all the women who were before the recycling hub container, or what's it called, got there. She had to hassle everybody around and like, come on guys, you can now recycle in the secretariat. And aside from that, the civil servants as well are now enlightened, like, so my PET bottles, my tires, my can, are you serious? My paper. So everybody comes to the recycling hub and gets a stipend for whatever they bring. Some of them say, well, I don't need the money, it's okay. But, you know, we are able to ensure that we no longer have that much plastic on the floor, you know, at the secretariat anymore.
Okay, on July 1, the state government forced a total ban on single-use plastics here in Lagos. I'd like you to paint a clear picture of what plastic pollution, you know, does for Lagos, you know, the danger, you know, on people's health and the environment.
That was a beautiful step in the right direction. Kudos to the Lagos State government through the Commissioner, Ministry of Environment. For me, it was a day of joy, right? Seeing it live happen in Lagos State. In 2018, the United Nations also, you know, declared that year plastic pollution year, I think, plastic free or something like that. I can't remember again, but it was a day of joy too that year, and we intensified our work on plastic pollution. Now, what this means is that with the ban, I don't know, so many people have a lot to say about the ban, but for me, with the ban, it enlightens a lot of people to see the danger in plastic pollution. Before
we still
now,
have some people who, anyway.
Yes, who are serial criminals.
Thank you. Okay, go on.
Okay. So we see a lot of people who are also not buying into it. Majorly those who are using it as business.
I don't want to mention their names.
No.
We have one in front of us here.
Yeah.
How would they get by?
So so what they're doing right now, like I mentioned that they were also a funder for the foundation many years ago, and what they're doing now is to ensure that there is a recycling content in the material that they are using. So that way you are consciously removing. And did you know that they also have a recycling center? Oh yes, I mean, it was launched many months ago, just to show their commitment to also mopping up plastics from the environment within the space where they are here in Lagos State. And not just them, other plastic manufacturers, or content manufacturers who use plastics as well. So these are some of the things, you know, that are already in place. And I know Lagos State government is not sitting down on looking at them. They are working hard to ensure that they are, you know, participating in what is going on. For the ban on the people, you see that what was banned was very, very important. Styrofoam.
Okay. Single-use plastics.
Yes, single-use plastics like the straws, plastic straws, and then bags that are lower than 40 microns.
Okay.
Now you see that when you go to the market, you want to buy oranges or something in the market, that is what they give to you, that nylon.
That nylon.
And that's the culprit, right? And for me, I think more awareness needs to get to those people, the grassroots, the markets people, and then an alternative. Because you take this from me, what do you want me to use? Right? There should be an alternative. We need to consistently.
But in my own time, when I was very young, I used to go to the market with my mom. We didn't have this plastic
exactly
bags. What do you use? You go
baskets.
To the market with baskets.
Thank you. I remember my baskets. I'm always called the lady with the big basket because basket is usually bigger than me, right? We go home, we go with basket. Even if you want, I remember when restaurants were also emerging in Lagos State, then my mom would give me a bowl to go get food from the shop. So it's a bowl, a ceramic and glass cover bowl. I would take it, put it in the basket and go get food whenever I go to our shop or something. I mean, we can't cook in the shop and all. So that's what we used to do. But today, you know what it is, plastics and all. We need takeaway. We need to go back to that time. That time, there was no flooding as it is now.
You still haven't spoken about the dangers.
Okay, so let me just go right on. It was a question you actually asked. Yeah, so for people's health, we should know that plastic contains BPA.
Okay, and what does that mean?
It's a chemical.
Fantastic.
Whenever you burn plastic, it would be leached into your material. So for example, for those of us who would buy from the eatery and then go home and microwave, BPA is already leached into your food. Many of us buy water in PET bottles. They're always in the sun, days and nights and for months. Now people will say, oh, it's in my fridge. Forget your fridge. It was somewhere before it gets to your fridge.
Oh, God.
It was somewhere for months, even years before it got to your fridge. So it has already been leached into. This is what we have. This is the reality. I can't tell you that I don't take water in PET bottles. I do. But I also have water in my dispenser. Dispenser as well
as a plastic jar.
Thank you. It has been there for months and weeks and whatever. It's been there. It's the same thing. So I don't know what to drink again in Lagos State. So, but what do we do? It's a question that my youths are always asking. So you have that in your food, and in your water. You also have that when you dump indiscriminately and it ends up in the drainages or in the water body. Our fishes and marine animals already think that our plastics broken down into microplastics, it's a new diet. So they eat it. And when they eat it, we eat the toxic fish. And by eating that, we already have plastics in our body. Plastics are now in the mammary glands of women breastfeeding. Plastics are now in the testicles of men. Plastics are in our bloodstream. They're everywhere in the air that we breathe. Plastics are everywhere, microplastics, everywhere. So the moment people need to hear this, I'm happy that you invited me on your show. People need to hear this and understand what to do. I know many questions say, okay, so what do we do? How do we go about it and all of that? What's the government doing? Government is you. You need to begin to do something in your own environment and reduce it as much as possible. You may not be able to totally eradicate because you're already breathing it, but you can reduce as much as possible.
We're also breathing it.
Oh yes, we're breathing. But when your neighbor burns plastic, you have started breathing it. It exposes you to that, that polluted air.
Yeah.
And so you have it already in your body.
Okay.
So until you tell that neighbor, because you have the knowledge now, so neighbor, can you stop this?
I'm glad you talked about, a source of plastic pollution now, what are the other major types of sources we should be paying attention to? Because when you talked about our neighbor burning plastic, and I was like, okay, so what other sources, do we have that, we should pay attention to?
Okay, so you mean sources of waste or of still plastic?
Of plastic pollution.
Well, I mean, take for example now, I mean, there's so many ways by which we accommodate plastic into our lives. So burning is one, microwaving, like I said, is another, drinking water. Unfortunately, I'm wearing something plastic-wise. Although I like to tie my scarf, but then sometimes you just want to look cheeky. So I have plastic on my hair. I mean, what else? I try as much as possible. We have plastic all over. Your shirts, I'm sorry, but it has plastic.
It's cotton.
Are you sure?
It's pure cotton.
Okay. Let us seal our
lips. It was written on it, pure cotton.
So we have, but you agree with me that most of our shirts contain plastics, and that's because it's cheaper. We have all of these materials. Plastic is durable, lasts longer, cheaper, and you have many Nigerians flog into that because of the easy access to plastics. So what we wear them. I unfortunately I didn't. They got my bag from the reception, so I would have shown you some things that But the most important part of this whole, because if you start flogging on the issues, it's long. But the solutions should matter. I know you're going to get there. I'm sure. So the solutions to ensuring that we beat plastic pollution should be...
Can we beat it completely? Okay, so it's a gradual thing. Okay, so what are the solutions? So how do we start to, manage? That's the word, yeah.
So it's a gradual, pollution? Yes, it's a gradual thing because I said it's already in the air. It's in our water bodies. The fishes are eating it consistently because we have people living on the coastal line who do not have access to being infrastructure, and so they throw into the ocean.
The ocean straight.
So they always would have plastics in the ocean. So what are the solutions? We have innovations amongst our youths, young people, and even, you and I, industries and all of that. We have recycling, number one, Maybe at this point, let me talk about the 5 R's of sustainability. Refuse is the first solution. You need to start refusing plastic. I love the fact that your shirt is cotton and not plastic. Right? So we need to
refuse.
Yes, refuse. So you look at the label of what you're buying and ensure that there's no plastic. It could be expensive, but guess what? It is on the longer time because you get to use it for a long time. So you refuse waste, not just plastic alone. Waste, food waste, any kind of waste, plastic waste. Reduce is the next.
Oh, okay.
Let us reduce as much as possible plastics that we introduce into our lives, into our homes, into our schools, offices, businesses, industries, and government spaces. We need to reduce as much as possible. We need to also reuse. So reuse, I try to break it down into different segments. Reuse can also be referred to as upcycling. So when you reuse your waste material, for example, there was the earring that a young person made from nylon bag. So she uses the nylon bag in the house. There's a point where you use your nylon bag, even as a sustainability enthusiast. That nylon bag will be begging you, John, now, please.
Let's go.
Let's go slow. So that nylon bag is being reused through the process called upcycling, and she turned them into earrings. Yeah, and there are some that is turned into laptop bags. Unfortunately, I didn't bring it here as well. From pure water sachet. Yes, because pure water sachet is a menace. Is a menace in Lagos State.
Yes, it is.
But we can't. I'm so grateful to the Honorable Commissioner for not banning the sachet bags, because even though it's a menace, it is also solving a public health issue when it comes to water. It's affordable.
Okay.
and people, that's what they get to use. You know, sometimes in Lekki, in some offices, you can't use clean water. So it is that bag that is in the toilet, it's that bag that is in the kitchen, it is the bag of pure water that is in those places that needs that needs attention, if you know understand what I'm trying to say. So these bags are converted into school bags, laptop bags, and all of that. So that's a solution from that. From the nylon earrings, maybe turn into shoes and all of those things. So through a process called upcycling. Upcycling is the creative reuse of waste materials into functional products of high environmental value. So you see that earring and you say, wow, made from nylon, you wear it proudly as a sustainability enthusiast or advocate. The fourth one I would say is rot. Rot can be likened to composting, whereby you do not see your food scraps in the kitchen as waste. You see it as a resource that can help you grow food at home. So that farm to fork, garden to pots or to kitchen method, you know, so you're able to take out all your food scraps and, you know, take it through a process called composting and, you know, create compost from those food waste, and they use it to amend your soil and grow your food organically, naturally, without chemicals. Because the same chemical we're talking about in plastic is also, you know, in the fertilizers that we use on our food, and causing a whole lot of changes in our body. Plastic also causes hormonal changes, delay in development in a child, or, you know, different things. The last one will now be recycling. Before you think about recycling, make sure that you have gone through all these 4 hours before you think about recycling as the last option.
Despite all you have said, and of course government agencies and environmental units, you know, they have tried cleanup campaigns of this plastics and all. Why do you think, you know, this effort is not, you know, really visible in a state like Lagos?
Well, for me, I believe in governments and the people partnership in driving innovation. Next month is World Cleanup Day. Everybody's already gearing up. We are going to clean this place. We're going to clean this place. So the problem I have with those organizations cleaning on World Cleanup Day alone, once in a year, is that
that enough? Why do you have to wait?
Once in a year, and then number 2, you clean up, you don't monitor. You clean up, you don't evaluate. You clean up, you don't go back there. It's shabby job for me. So for me, I like to see even government say, hey, organization, if you're cleaning up, make sure it's not just once in a year. I'm sorry, guys, but then we have to do the work that we need to do. If we are so, I mean, people for once call me, hey, Temi Tokwe, you're just so passionate. I'm not like that. Yeah, but in the passion, you see the work, right? So we want to see more of the work and the passion, because when there is passion, you want to see it thrive. So for cleanups, we need more of government participation with the people. We need more of businesses, private sectors. Now there's a thing all over the world that you measure the sustainability of each organization. Everybody's running around calling me, I won't do that until you do the job. So come clean up, provide infrastructure, and maybe just a little insight for the government now. Make the private sector get recycling hubs. If it is a problem to get recycling hubs in communities, in local governments in Lagos State, can you get that private sector who is making money in this Lagos State to provide a recycling center and assign a reputable recycler to that space? That way, we would be able to get more.
But you've been talking about recycling, but many people believe that recycling is not, you know, totally the way out, because during my research, I found out that it's only 9%, about 9%, you know, of recycling is what we're still doing in this part of the country. And so despite all of that, you know, Are there other alternatives aside recycling?
So recycling is 9%. Every other hours is 0%, as long as I am. Because, I mean, we have done a lot with recycling, particularly in Lagos State, when you compare it to the whole country.
To the whole country, true.
Now, while recycling may not be the overall solution, like I told you, my first hour was to refuse. We need to begin to see ourselves, begin to work at it by ourselves, starting from our homes, the source where that plastic waste comes from, or from the businesses, our institutions, our industries, schools, and the likes. And that's why we created what we call the Eco Schools NG. We work with the Ministry of Environment, Environmental Bees Club, to ensure that, okay, after you have learned about environmental sustainability by the Ministry of Environment, we come down to teach you practically what you can do. So we enlighten the children, we throw more awareness on how to do away with plastics and other waste materials, how to, begin to refuse. It's a deliberate effort. When you want to work sustainability, I used to say that and tell my people, sustainability is a doing word, just like a verb. If you're in the sustainability space and you just like to talk, I'm not your friend.
You must do.
You have to do, and we must
talk and
see.
do.
Yes, we must see that you are talking and you are
You're
doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been able to put into the minds of our young people that we teach and the women that we also interact with. If you're talking about plastic pollution, you need to be refused. I need to see you refusing, which means you're carrying a bag, a reusable bag, cloth bag. You're carrying a bottle like you and I. We have, nobody can see it, but we have bottles here, right? You need to be doing it, and as you're talking about it. So I think going back to your question, we need to start from the home, where parents are teaching their children. Even if parents don't know, children will come and teach the parents.
To start teaching their children.
Yes, that's what we do. We did a reversed. Yeah, we go to schools, we teach the teachers and the students. We make teachers eco-coordinators, students ambassadors, go back home and tell mommy and daddy. And we've heard a lot of stories of where the children say, mommy, daddy, but this is not good. This is not, it's like, kilo more. Mommy, I know a lot, oh. And then they begin to school their mommies and their daddies on how to, separate and segregate their waste materials.
I was coming to that because when we're talking about the home and, disposing of waste properly, where does sorting, now coming out? I don't do it. Do you know what happens to me? When I throw in my refuse, away, and that is when I remember that, I should have, I didn't sort out the plastics. And I know this happens to everybody. And that goes a long way. How important is the sorting of plastic waste to the environment?
Very important. And let me give you a tip. So when you come into my house for the first time, the first thing you learn is how to sort. From the kitchen, because everything goes to the kitchen. The dustbin is in the kitchen and all of that. So from the kitchen, you must learn how to sort. This is a plastic bin. This is for food waste.
In the kitchen? In
the kitchen. I have a small food waste bin on the cabinet. And then I have the plastic is always usually bulky. Yeah. So you have that on the floor there, close to the door. And then you have other waste that are recyclable.
Okay, I'm learning now. So, I hope others are learning.
I hope so.
Okay, we should start from your kitchen.
Start from the kitchen. That is how it's easy. That's just to make it easier for everybody. So you start from the kitchen. You have the compost bin, you have the plastic bin, you have the other recyclables. At the end of the day, you find out that the major bin where you throw your trash, at the end of the week is like this, small. So you don't even have to trash with PSP for a month because there's nothing going there. And every other bin that I have set aside to recycle, they earn me money in return. So why shouldn't you start sorting?
Start sorting, yeah.
Because the money you earn from these other bins can even pay your PSP. By the way, everybody should have a bin in their home where PSP can come and collect from. I mean, it's a law from the Ministry of Environment through LOMA, right? So at the end of the day, there's nothing to carry from my waste. Because even that waste, and some of us even struggle, some people struggle to pay for the waste bill. You can use the money from the recyclables to pay your waste bill. Use the money. We've seen women, young people testify of how their recyclables has helped them to enroll in school, pay school fees, buy food stuff, Christmas chicken. I remember last year somebody was there, I buy Christmas chicken with my money, and I was so excited for the woman. I had to give her small money just to encourage her. So these are the ways that we can begin to prevent plastic from pollution, starting from the home. Kitchen to be precise.
Okay, we also have this informal workers, these scavengers, you know, that pick our waste materials. How can these people be better integrated into like a structure where, you know, they waste, what's it called now? Plastic waste, you know, doesn't continue to cause this pollution we're talking about, because they are a major factor. The scavengers, they go about and pick up, and it drops, you know, indiscriminately. So how you can't say you have to do away with them. Of course, Lagos State, you say no, they don't want them. You know, there's a ban on them in the state, but we still see them around.
Well, because I'm just going to say my mind here on this show.
Okay.
So you see, these informal workers are actually the ones doing the major work.
Okay.
Yeah, they're everywhere, whether you like it or not. I do recycling. I have recycling hubs. I have other colleagues, and do you see them on the road like the informal workers? No. They employ the informal workers. Some of them do. So we have.
So now, should the government now recognize and regulate
government? I don't know
their contribution and make them more,
government
formal?
Needs to gently, formalize the informal sector in such a way that they become like us. They are educated. They have the safety parameters. They look good because. Not very look good like that, but then they look presentable.
I'm talking about these cat pushers.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because if you see one now, won't you say,
yes,
you would do that. So it's because they're not fully integrated into the system.
True.
So if people like the already existing former recyclers can rehabilitate something like that, teach them, talk to them, make them know this is how it's supposed to be. Because we know they cause some danger to the state. I mean, many of us have witnessed how they have removed some things from our properties and, they pose like
security risks.
Security risks. Yes. But if we look at it the other way around, they could be our soldiers. They could be our foot soldiers because they know where these plastics are. You will not go to the canal, but they will go. You will not go to the dump sites, but they would go. They are the ones you will send. You will pay them money, and they will go there. One of the things that for us at Tidy Nigeria, which is the recycling arm at the foundation, we collect directly from the home, from the end user themselves, from the home, from the school, from the offices. So basically, these materials or resources, we don't call them waste anymore. Those resources are actually very clean. And people like the ones you mentioned earlier that are in front of you, take it and go recycle them.
So what's happened? So what's the role of the state recognized waste disposal agencies, LOMA, PSP? What is their role in all of this?
LOMA is in charge of the general waste.
Okay.
Like market waste, community waste, and all of those.
Medical waste and
medical waste and all of that. So the plastic industry, well, is a new economy, emerging economy in Lagos State, and LOMA is actually also part of the recycling economy, circular economy in Lagos State. So. They are also involved, pretty much involved in recycling.
Okay, we've been talking about the state government all this while, trying to fight and eradicate plastic pollution. And as I say, charity begins
at home.
At home. What is the role of the local government in all of this? Because I haven't heard you talk about them. What is their role in fighting this menace from the top also?
Yes, yes. So just to add as well, you know, the Loma came up with the Blue Box Initiative, the recycling, way back 2019.
Okay.
So they are actually the ones pushing the recycling initiative in Lagos State. Local governments, my people. So we have about 57 LCDAs and
57 LGs and LCDAs.
Okay, mixed together. So these 57 is what I was trying to say, that so because we have not actually handed the power, because I know they're also involved in the waste management of the local government, you know, but then for recycling, it's a different ball game now, because it seemed to be a lucrative business until you get there though. So, and, you know, it seems like, you know, the solution I tried to mention earlier, where government should ensure, maybe local government now should ensure, government, when I say government, all of them put together, should ensure that we are partnering with organizations, private sectors, industries in the state to ensure that there is a recycling hub in each, you know, estate. That was what I said. Maybe now we can say each local government.
Okay.
Because whether we like it or not, I partner with a local government. Yeah, and we have that, you know, connection, synergy, and we could ensure that the area, I mean, the immediate area where the local government is, are fully recycled.
Okay, since you're very big on sustainability, now as we approach the era of smart cities and green economies, where does Lagos now stand on sustainability, particularly in relation to plastic use?
So, I would like to say a very big thank you to our principal, the governor, who we like to call Mr. Sustainability.
You call him Mr. Sustainability. I was going to call you Madam Sustainability.
We call him Mr. Sustainability, right? And I mean, with his leadership, several things. I mean, talk about African cities. Lagos is there, you know. Probably in Nigeria, we are #1. So I would say that even though there's so much to do, we're talking about how many millions of people in Lagos State? I don't believe it's 22. We are more than 22 million.
Let's just leave it as over 22. Yes, let's leave it like that.
With over 22 million people, which you can, you know, can actually compare that population to a population of an entire country, of another country, I mean.
Yeah.
I think we're doing a great job. And kudos to the governor.
Capable, Mr. Sustainability.
Mr. Sustainability. And with the people he has put in, you know, that are in place, Ministry of Environment, essay to the governor on circular economy, Loma, LASEPA. I mean, everybody.
Fantastic team.
Fantastic team. When you talk about sustainability in Lagos, I mean, the office of the special advisor to the governor is another bombshell, big one, beautiful, in the sense that, you know, the way they try to encourage MSMEs and even SMEs integrate them into the circular economy is just something.
Well,
people now
she's
have
doing wonderfully well.
Yeah, people now have some sort of connection with the government, ensuring that their voice is heard. We can see people's products from circular economy. So what I mentioned something about the earrings. I had a jewelry from 2018 that is just our bottled drinks thing. I wanted to wear it today, but I already have something on my head, so there will be no, you know. You have shoes being made from tires. You have shirts being made from pet bottles. Different innovations. From Loma currently, even though we're talking about plastic pollution, but Loma currently is doing something at the Ketu Fruit Market, converting fruit waste into energy. We don't have lights, but come on, fruit waste can bring you light. That's what Loma is doing. You see LASEPA doing awesomely as well. So I feel that we are on the right direction. We have not gotten there. There's a whole lot to do. I mean, just think about an international partner partnering with LOMA to make sure that there is, that's C40 cities, make sure that there is light in K2 because there's a problem, no light when they are trying to offload our food. Our food waste. And now they have light, they have water, they can cook food, they can charge their phones, charge POS. Fantastic. So I think we're doing well in Lagos State, and we should clap for ourselves.
We're not there yet, but we are slowly getting there. Plastic pollution in Lagos isn't just an environmental issue, it is a developmental issue, a health issue, and also a governance issue. Thank you very much, Temitope Okuno, founder of FAB International Foundation. Madam Sustainability. We've been talking about tackling plastic pollution here in Lagos. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back after this break.